Hi, I'm Tom Lang.
And I see flames. And I'm Trip Clark, and this is Open Throttle 360. Open Throttle 360 presented by Millerstown Pick-A-Part. Used parts for less. Great parts, great selection. For more information, visit pickapartyard.com.
Welcome to Open Throttle 360. We're at Hahn and Woodward Auto Restoration.
We are, and it always amazes me all the amazing, cool restoration auto places we find throughout the Pittsburgh area for our show.
One of the best parts of doing this show is we get to visit all these
Like
great
today,
shops.
yeah. Mm-hmm. What are we looking at here?
This is a 454 big block Chevy.
This isn't a 453?
No, this is a full 454.
You could have fooled me. Does this thing come in a crate?
If you want a new one, you can get one in a crate. This particular one came between the frame rails of a 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo.
I was going to say that.
Speaking of crates, we were at Sharon Speedway for the first race ever in the Rush Crate Late Model Series. Had a chance to talk to Butch Lambert. Sharon Speedway for the very first race ever for the Rush Dirt Late Model Series. And with us now is Butch Lambert, one of the Rush drivers. Butch, you got to be looking forward to tonight's action.
This is what you wait all winter for right here.
What do you think about the Rush Series? Looks like they got a great slate of races put together for this year.
Yeah, Vicky and Mike couldn't ask for two better people to be organizing this whole deal. They've done so many things for crate racing to bring it up here to the Northeast. And we got a 25 racers or so scheduled for this year for the tour deal, and it's a pretty big thing. I see it getting nothing but bigger and better.
Do you plan on hitting a lot of the touring events?
Yeah, we're going to try to hit as many as we can with work and everything. The midweek shows are going to be kind of tough to get to, but you know, we're going to hit the ones that we can.
How did the success in the other divisions help you when you jumped into the late model?
I don't know. I think it was just more or less seat time and driving experience. I mean, these are totally different cars to race with. There's so many adjustments and stuff that you can do to the car to make it that much better. And nights that you're not on and you make the wrong adjustment, well, going to the back. That
leads me to my next question. When you have that many adjustments you can make, it gives you that many chances to get something wrong.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when we got into this deal, we didn't know too much about it. Had a few guys help us out, and David Scott's been a real big help to us the last couple of years, pointing us in the right direction. And you know, like I said, it's kind of a trial and error when we go to a new track and try to figure out what we need to do. And a lot of times we get it right, but like I said, you could take yourself right out of the game real quick.
Now, I noticed you got a big crew here, but a lot of that's made up of your family.
Yeah.
You definitely have the family following you in this deal.
Yeah, no doubt. My wife and my daughter, they go every night wherever we're at. My daughter's really getting into it. She was really excited to come tonight. My dad helps us out a lot. We work on the car in his garage and everything, so it's a family deal. One
of the prime considerations for any race team is sponsorship, and you've been somewhat successful in attracting sponsorship for your car.
Yeah, my wife, I got to give her the credit for all of that. She does a lot of legwork with all that kind of stuff and goes out and talks to these people all through the winter and trying to get the funding to do this. I mean, without funding, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Like a lot of people in this sport.
Yeah.
I wish you a lot of luck tonight, and I sure would like to see you and the whole family and the crew in the winner's circle.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for talking to us.
Tom, good interview with Butch Lambert. While you were interviewing him, I happened to look over and see his daughter Madison, just cute as can be, all starstruck watching her dad. And I had a chance to talk with her. Here's what she had to say. Tell me what they say.
Does your dad recognize?
Does he wreck a lot? Does your dad wreck a lot? No. That's good. That's a bad thing. So as you can see, I don't think Madison had any idea how her comments were going to sort of foreshadow how her dad's evening was going to be.
Kids say the darndest things.
They do.
I had a chance to talk to Butch afterwards to get his thoughts on how his evening went. We talked to Butch Lambert before the race. He was very optimistic. Now it's after the race. Not quite so optimistic. No, it didn't work out the way you wanted to.
No, definitely not. It was turned into a pretty rough night. We had a good car. I was pretty excited to start where we did. You know, things happen. I guess something got screwed up on the start, and I ended up getting turned around. So go home and lick our wounds and fix it for next week. It
was the opening lap. You got punted and turned sideways, and you have to start at the back of the field after that.
Yep. Yeah, that's, you know, anytime you get a good starting spot, you always want to capitalize on it.
You know the old saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like I said, we'll get it all fixed up and hopefully do a little bit better next week.
Well, you and the family and the crew, you had a good night, you had a good time tonight, and I'm sure this isn't going to dampen your spirits.
Oh, no, not at all. You know, like I said, stinks that it was the opening night and it ends up like this. You know, you always want to start the season out on a good note, but you know, we always take the good with the bad and keep on rolling.
Feel the rush and witness some of the region's most exciting wheel-to-wheel racing action as the Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC Rush Dirt Late Model Series races to a speedway near you. Witness some of the nation's finest up-and-coming young drivers battle each other all summer long. Pittsburgh, Sharon, McKean County, The Rock, Roaring Knob, Allegheny Mountain, and Bradford Speedways. Bring the family and introduce your kids to our phenomenal group of racers. It's a new generation full of new young heroes. Check us out at rushracingseries.com and feel the rush. If you're looking for parts for your car, truck, or van, you gotta come to Millerstown Pick Apart. We have the area's best selection of parts and we let you pick it yourself. We offer the lowest prices around, or if you'd prefer, we'll find the part for you. Millerstown Pick Apart. Parts for newer cars, classic cars, foreign cars, trucks, and vans. Located in Turena, Millerstown Pick Apart is right up Route 28 from downtown Pittsburgh. Millerstown Pick Apart, 724-224-4777 or online at pickapartyard.com.
Welcome back. We're at Hahn and Woodward Auto Restoration. With me now is one of the owners, Bill Hahn. Bill, thanks for having us at your shop today.
You're welcome.
Got a lot of really nice vintage cars here. How about giving us a brief roll call?
You bet. This over here is a 51 Allard J2. They ran a Cadillac V8 in them with dual carburetors. You'll likely see a Allard J2 at the Vintage Grand Prix. They usually have at least one there or two. Over here is the body shell for a 56 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. We do several, both Gullwings and Roadsters. This is another one. This is still on the chassis, but obviously has a long way to go yet. And this is a 63 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso. This is a full ground up restoration as well. Wes Woodward made the door skins on it. We put rockers and a few other panels in it.
I love this color blue that they decided to use on this car.
It is pretty. The owner said, I'm going to do it in anything but red.
A lot of red Ferraris out there.
Yeah, maybe too many red ones.
I like his choice of colors.
And over here is the chassis for the body shell that we just showed you down there. They're 4130 chrome moly, space tube frame. They were way ahead of their times. I mean, 50s, 1950s they were building these. The engineering was just to the point of redundancy. They're very difficult
Now, this is the original style of chassis.
Yep, you bet, yeah.
It looks very modern, all the engineering that's in this.
Yeah, like I said, they were way ahead of their times, and they're really difficult cars to work on. They take a lot of time.
Well, everything you have here is vintage. Earlier we did an interview with Jim Stout, the owner of Pittsburgh International Race Complex, races a Viper that is anything but vintage, but I'm going to tell you, it really honks. We're at the Pittsburgh International Race Complex. This is one of their driver education days. But the driver that's with me now, well, he doesn't need a whole lot of education, just needs some more track time, a little more horsepower. This is Jim Stout, owner of Pittsburgh International Race Complex. Jim, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you, Tom.
We had an interview with you last summer, and you taught us a little bit about some of the racing you and your wife Kathy are involved in. What has changed in your program since last year?
Well, the main change is the NARA program that I race with. I've taken over a leadership role this year. So I'm one of the 3 managing directors of NARA, North American Road Racing Association, which will be coming here in August. And it'll be a real fun weekend. We have the National Karting WKA race going on over the karting track. We're going to hold a Viper car crawl for the Ohio Viper Club. And then we're going to race our series. There'll be Vipers, Corvettes, and Ferraris, and it'll be a fun, a lot of things happening.
Now, you won the championship last season in your Viper.
Yes, I was able to win the GTU, the Unlimited Championship.
Now, I believe you've sold that car since?
Yes, I sold that to another competitor friend in Canada, and they're down here to break the car in and get used to it. Mark's son, LP, is a very good driver. He finished second in the Cup Challenge last year, and LP is very fast, so Dad's used to it.
Now, here at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, I see a lot of construction going on, and since I was here last July, things are a lot different.
Well, we're also working on adding a south track. We're adding a set of restroom and garages for the north track here. We're adding bathrooms for the karting area to keep the kids separate from the race cars. It's always a factor of the racetrack, a safety point. And we have already started doing the excavation and engineering to add the south track, which has been on the plans for some time.
Well, other than the NARA race you have coming up in August, what else is going to be going on here at Pittsburgh International Race Complex?
The Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix is a very big function up here and brings a lot of people and a lot of spectators, and it's one of the most fun times at the track.
Well, I have been here, I think, 8 years in a row for that, and I always enjoy that day here. So, a wide variety of race cars, and a lot of different kinds of action on the track. A good day of racing, and a great cause at Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix.
Yes, and what's fun about it, the cars aren't as fast as our Vipers, but they're having as much fun or more fun. Everybody's enjoying it, and you can just tell that. All different cars and speeds, and it's an enjoyable time.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Good luck in your racing ventures this year, and good luck with all the work you got going on here at Pittsburgh International Race Complex.
Well, thank you for coming out to the track. Right, seeing you again.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
This is Tom Lang and Jim Stout for Open Throttle 360.
So Tom, while you were out there doing your interview with Jim Stout, I had one thing on my mind, and that was I want to race go-karts. I wanted a little friendly competition, mano-a-mano, you and me.
One thing I've learned about racing, there's no such thing as friendly competition once that green flag falls.
I hear you, but we were able to keep it civil and had a lot of fun. I just know that I wanted to go out there and kick some butt.
Well, at least no blood was shed.
Blood was shed. It was fun. All right, so this is one of those rare occasions. I'm usually not a cocky guy, but I am going to school you today. I'm very confident in that.
So what, are you going to teach me better grammar or what? Because I'm going to tell you what, you're not teaching me anything out there.
I've done this once, but oh, you don't think so?
Oh, you did this once.
All right.
Okay, one time.
One time, and I felt like I went 12 rounds with Muhammad Ali.
Folks, he did this one time. You think that's going to make him better than me?
But let me just tell you, the one time I did it against 10 other people, I had the best time on the track.
Yeah.
So whose money's on me?
It was a crippled 83-year-old lady
right here next to me. Whose money's on this guy right here?
I'm going with age.
Yeah. Age? Okay, who's going with me? Oh my Lord.
Okay.
There's some enthusiasm.
Hey, loser buys lunch.
All right, you heard it. Loser buys lunch. All right? You heard it? All right.
Okay, let's get this on.
But I am going to school you today.
Hey, since earlier today, I stomped the living dog snot out of Trip on the go-karts. You know where I belong? I belong in Victory Lane, brother. Yeah, Trip, you challenged me, I took you down, buddy.
All right, so I wasn't the one standing in Victory Lane that day. That was you.
Yes, it was, but I won the race, but I didn't beat you.
Well, so here's kind of how it happened. Was I pulled out a couple times into the lead. I was feeling kind-hearted, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make this fair, and I'm going to slow down. I forgot about the whole momentum thing, and this is a good lesson in nice guys finish last or second in this place.
Yeah, I was going to say second.
Good race, my man.
Yes, it was.
Sounds every man loves to hear.
Ooh, nice hair.
Text Super PGH to 667-788 for special offers from Supercuts.
Feel the rush and witness some of the region's most exciting wheel-to-wheel racing action as the Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC Rush Dirt Late Model Series races to a speedway near you. Witness some of the nation's finest up-and-coming young drivers battle each other all summer long. Pittsburgh, Sharon, McKean County, The Rock, Roaring Knob, Allegheny Mountain, and Bradford Speedway. Bring the family and introduce your kids to our phenomenal group of racers. It's a new generation full of new young heroes. Check us out at rushracingseries.com and feel the rush.
We're at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for opening day. We're with Nico DeBecco. Drives in the Rush Late Model Series. Nico, racing has deep roots in your family. Tell us how the family tree got down to you in the racing career.
Well, my pap ran in the 1960s, 1970s, and my uncle, his son, Dan Karolakis, which is my uncle, he ran through 1994 to 2008. And well, I started in 2009 in the Young Gun division and started one of these in 2010 and never held back.
It's nice having all that experience behind you.
Yeah, definitely. I learned a lot from my uncle. I learned a lot from my pap.
How about having their fans behind you? I know they've had a lot of fans over their career. Do you have that fan base behind you?
Yeah, definitely. I have my family, my friends, my supporters, my sponsors, and everything.
How much of the setup on the race car are you involved in?
I'm down at the shop every day of the week doing everything I can. My uncle's helping me, my uncle Mead, my other guy who helps me out, Vinny, he helps me out. So, I mean, we're down there every day working on it.
When you go out and make some laps in the car, which you're getting ready to do, go out and make some hot laps, how much of the information can you give back to the rest of the team as far as how to set up the car?
I just tell them, you know, if the car's pushing or if I have a real bad, if it's loose or something, I can tell them. And usually my uncle, he knows my driving style pretty well. He can figure it out on his own.
You planning on following the Rush Series all year?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to run the Rush Series. It's a great series. Vicky Emig and Mike Leone are very good promoters.
Now, you're going to race primarily here at Pittsburgh?
I think this is our first week here. Then we're going to go back to Roaring Knob, race there weekly. And whenever Cumberland's running, we're going to go there on Sunday.
How many of the touring races are you planning on hitting?
We're going to try and hit them all. We're going to try and go to all of them. We're going to go to Hagerstown.
If it wasn't for the Rush Series, would you be able to compete in a super late model?
I would like to compete in a super late model. It's just the money and everything's a lot more expensive. But I love this series. It's a great series. It's affordable. I love it.
Well, I think that's one of the highlights of the Rush series, between the crate engines and the tire rules. They're trying to keep the expenses down so the average person can get into this sport.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a great sport. I mean, you know, with the Super Lates, you have more tire cost, fuel, and everything. I mean, this is just, you know, you go to Sunoco, get 93 octane, and you're it. That's it. You don't have to go to the tracks, get alcohol or anything else.
Well, with all the racing success that's been in your family, is there any kind of rivalry between you and your uncles as far as what they've done and what you're trying to do now?
Yeah, usually. I mean, you know, if I go to a track he's been at, if I place better than him, you know, I mess around with him a little bit. But if it wasn't for him teaching me everything, then, you know, I could never do that.
If you should go out on the track and make a mistake, when you come into pits, is there any, well, I wouldn't have done that, or I'd have done this? Do you get any of that kind of stuff out of them?
Sometimes, but usually he understands me pretty well.
What do you see down the road for yourself in your racing career?
I'm hoping to run Super Lates. I'll start running Super Lates and do this, win this touring series with Rush this year.
Good luck today, and good luck throughout the rest of the season.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on the show.
So let's go from a driver who races in the Rush Late Model Series to a young lady who was in her first ever race that night at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. I'm with Carly Kovacs, races in the Young Guns division. Carly, tell me a little bit about this division. How old do you have to be to start in this?
13 or 14.
How old are you?
14. This is my first year.
So this is your first race then?
Yeah.
Have you ever raced anything before?
No.
How do your friends at school feel about you being involved in racing?
Some of them are scared, some of them think it's really cool.
How about the boys you know?
Some of them are like, don't believe me, and some of them are like, that's really cool. I'm really jealous.
Now I notice they just have street tires on. Pretty much this is a street car with a roll cage in it.
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors that have helped you get here?
Tomi's Towing, the Jailhouse Saloon, CBS Vending, and Ultra Classic Salon.
One thing I've noticed about being involved in racing, I can always tell when it's a girl in the car, because when you look inside the face shield, you can see the eye makeup.
Yeah, I don't wear a lot of makeup though, so.
Well, I'm glad you do it when you're racing, because I can pick you out. We wish you a lot of luck this season. Hope to see you in the winner's circle sometime soon, and hope to see you move on up like you'd like to.
Thank you.
If you're looking for parts for your car, truck, or van, you gotta come to Millerstown Pick Apart. We have the area's best selection of parts, and we let you pick it yourself. We offer the lowest prices around, or if you'd prefer, we'll find the part for you. Millerstown Pick Apart. Parts for newer cars, classic cars, foreign cars, trucks, and vans. Located in Tirana, Millerstown Pick Apart is right up Route 28 from downtown Pittsburgh. Millerstown Pick Apart, 724-224-4777, or online at pickapartyard.com.
Best tires, parts, and service. Tire Town.
We're at Sharon Speedway for opening night. Joining us now is Sis King. Sis, I understand you are celebrating an anniversary this year.
We are. King Motorsports is celebrating their 40th year in big block modified racing.
And what are we doing to celebrate your 40th anniversary?
My husband and I decided that we're going to give 2 bikes away every night of the races. In the past, we have given bikes away when we win, but this year the kids win every week because there will be 2 bikes given away every night of racing.
Explain the procedure for giving away the bicycles.
When the kids come in, the staff of Sharon Speedway will be giving tickets away to the boys and girls under the age of 13, and then they put their name and phone number in there, and they take it to a bucket at the souvenir stand. And when the modified guys win, whoever wins, they're going to pull those names out, and you get to choose what bike or scooter that you want.
I really like the fact that you're celebrating the family aspect of the sport. All of us that are in this know it's one of the linchpins of the sport is the family. Mm-hmm. You people race as a family.
Absolutely.
And earlier we were talking about doing something for the families that are in the stands.
We have 2 families in the pit area. You have your racing family and your regular family. And up in the stands, people that are around you tend to grow families too. Deep friendships that are created at the racetrack. Well, we kind of want to prompt children to come to the racetrack to make their own tradition, make new friends, learn about racing. It's just a wonderful family environment to be in. We've been doing it, like I said, for 40 years. My kids have been at the racetrack since they were a month old.
My good friend Don Gamble has always told me, as your kids get older, a lot of times they don't want to be around the parents. But we know in racing that if your family's involved in racing, the kids can't wait for the weekend because they want to go with their parents to the races.
They do. They want to. I had a lady ask me one time about me strapping my kids in these cars, and of course I have the best safety equipment money can buy. I said, but you know, I said, my kids have been with me every weekend because they choose to, not because they have to. And I really have never had any issues with my kids. Are they ornery boys? Yes, they are. Do they like to go fast and have a good time? They do, but they do it in the proper environment.
I'd like to thank you for everything you've done to promote the family aspect of the sport. I'd like to thank the King family for all they've given to racing over the years, and I hope your 40th anniversary season is a successful one.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This is Tom Lang at Sharon Speedway reporting for Open Throttle 360. Time for one of my favorite parts of the show, the GoPro segment. If you've got any GoPro footage and you'd like to be part of the show, go to OpenThrottle360.com, follow the link to upload your footage. Let's GoPro now.
All right, Tom, another episode of Open Throttle 360 in the can, as they say.
And as always, it sure was a blast doing it.
It was, and sitting in awesome cars like this one here. Thanks to Hahn and Woodward Auto Restoration for letting us set up camp in their place.
Kind of neat going through the shop, seeing cars in various stages of restoration. This one here's finished, ready to go.
Yep, ready to go. Before you go, don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
And if you want to get involved in Open Throttle 360 in any way, send us an email to info@OpenThrottle360.com. We'll figure out how to work you in.
See you next time here on Open Throttle 360.